Hey everybody, it's Kia. So today I thought we would dive in and get the July budget planner all set up. I'm super excited. I was able to sit down this morning and really kind of line out what I want to put in my planner for the month. And I've already kind of started planning out some of the dates that are going to be coming up and just things that I needed to kind of earmark so that I can keep an eye on them and make sure we're prepared for those upcoming days. So lots going on this month. I'm getting all my new planner pages set up. I've made a couple changes to them, so you're going to see that. And then we are getting ready to start our homeschool year next month. So we're going through trying to get all that organized, lined out, making sure that I have tracking information on everything that I ordered. Because of COVID, things were slowed down just a little bit. And then I bought items a lot later than I normally do. So I'm kind of in crunch mode, trying to make sure that everything comes in and I get it all organized before we kickstart our year off next month. So lots going on there. Work is also going to be super, super crazy. If you didn't already know, I am a tax accountant. So we do a lot of payroll reporting and just general taxes. Lots of business taxes, individual taxes, just lots of taxes in general. And because of COVID, our April 15th deadline got extended to July. So it is finally here, and we need to figure out how many more extensions we need to file to make it through October. And also start dealing with all this new PPP loan forgiveness application stuff, as well as all of our quarterly payroll reports that are going to be due. So we have a lot going on this month, but I have to say I have been feeling really good lately. Just diving in and starting to work the paper budget planner is making me feel more energetic about planning in general again. I kind of strayed away from it a little bit the last couple years because things were so crazy. I don't like when plans don't work, and so we've been kind of winging it. And you know, I just feel like we're finally ready to, or I'm finally ready to start planning a little bit, be a little better about time management because I already feel better about our planner and our budgeting that I think that I'm just starting to feel more grounded again. So really, really excited to see how things go. I've also been checking weekly to see when our college is going to start opening up the Prometric Testing Center because I have been on a journey to get my CPA license for the last couple years as well. And I was going to be diving into that early this year. And then as soon as COVID hit and they shut all that down, it was like, okay, that was kind of another halt in my long-term goal planning and that kind of stuff. So that really just kind of hurt me a little bit when they did that. But I'm feeling like if I can finish getting grounded, getting things taken care of around the house and stuff, I'm going to be ready to dive in and do that too, hopefully here pretty soon. We'll see when they open up the testing center though. So far they haven't, and I don't have any word on when they're gonna open it. And the closest testing center to me is in Las Cruces, and I'm not making that big of a drive just for a test. So I will take that time and finish getting things kind of squared away at my house. And then that way, as I do start studying more and everything, and I have to commit to that a little more, hopefully we'll be a little more prepared. So that was kind of my spiel about everything that's going on this month. But let's go ahead and dive in and get this budget planner set up. As you can tell, I've already filled out some of the important dates. These are going to be so that I know paychecks. I did color code between me and my husband. And then we have a couple birthdays this month. And I also need to figure out what we need for our Grove order. We're getting low on our supplies, and so I'm going to need to place another Grove order this month, and I need to figure all that out by the 10th so that I can be ready the week of the 15th because I'm pretty sure that's the week that my normal order would go in. So that's kind of where we're at so far. I did go ahead and print out my monthly budget. Now I will be making some changes to some of my planner pages, so you'll see that coming up. But I left the monthly budget the same because I really want to see an overall where we're at in the budget. Let's see, I also have our paycheck trackers. So I added in a little section for to-dos and notes, just as a reminder for things coming up that I need to plan for. And then the other thing I did was print out the weekly check-in page, as well as the sinking funds tracker and an expense tracker this month. I've already filled in the sinking funds tracker, so that's a little spoiler, but this month I will be adding in an expense tracker because I'm going to try something a little different. I've been using Quicken for a long time, but I can't really access it on my phone very well. It won't show me the things that I'm planning ahead of time for, and so I'm going to try another budgeting app, and we'll see how that goes for the month. But I couldn't figure out where to print out a transaction log, so I guess I'll start writing it down, and then maybe that will kind of give me that extra drive to have more no spend days. So we'll see how that goes. I did make sure it was 2 pages, that way I had plenty of room. And then I have my normal debt payoff tracker as well as a notes page. So lots of pages to fill out and stick into the planner this month. But let's go ahead and jump back to the monthly planner page and dive in. Now, before we dive in though, I just wanted to give everybody a quick thank you again. All the views, all the likes and comments on my videos, that has just been so wonderful, and it just makes me feel so good to see those. So I did want to say thank you again. And I also wanted to say, if you like my videos, please give them a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. This is all still really new to me. I'm still trying to get into my little groove, but I feel like I'm starting to settle in and things are getting a lot easier. So I can't wait to see how the month of July goes and where we end up. So super, super excited about that. But like I said, if you do like my videos, make sure to give them that thumbs up, because that lets me know that you do like the content that I am putting out there. And leave me some comments, because I would love to hear from you. The other thing is that if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please consider subscribing. If you hit the red button below, as well as the little bell notification icon, you'll get notified each time I upload, and I think I'm going to be getting into a regular upload routine. So I feel really great about the month of July. But let's go ahead and dive in. Let me get my pen here, move some things out of the way, and we will zoom on in. Okay, so here is the left side of my planner page. I am going to fill in a few little things up top. I want a reminder about the Grove order, because like I said, I need to figure out what we need and what's going to fit into our budget. The other thing is, I want to make a note here that we are trying to pay off our Capital One card. And this is a card that we did a balance transfer on probably a couple months now, but we were really close to being able to pay it off. So that is going to be one of my main goals this month. The other thing that we will start with is filling in our roll forward. Because I do budget ahead of time for bills, that creates a roll forward that's going to account for some of the spending this month, and then we'll be saving for next month towards the end. And I cannot keep track of the money unless I do all of it. So our roll forward for the first of the month is going to be $27.90. And then we'll go ahead and dive in. So with my income first. Now I do get paid every 2 weeks. I'm on salary, so it's pretty much the same all the time. So I'm going to do $3,700. And then for my husband's income, his varies more, but we did get his first paycheck in, so I am going to budget a little higher for it than I normally do. I am actually going to budget $1,800 for the first check and $1,300 for the next one. So that is $3,100. And that's going to give us total income of $95.90 to work with for the month. Alrighty, so now that we have our income, I can go ahead and start filling out our expenses. It's going to be a lot of the same as usual items, but there's going to be a few new things in here. So we have our auto fuel. I do $200 a month, which ends up being $100 every 2 weeks. We're also going to have our auto insurance. Now I have quite the roll forward on this because I'm trying to make it to where all my bills come out of our Capital One account, and in doing so, I have messed up the auto draft on that. So we're going to have $585 on that, which includes the last 2 months because they were having issues taking it out with the auto pay. And I guess they've changed me over to a quarterly payer, and I don't want to be a quarterly payer. I really want to be a monthly payer. I'm either going to do that or I'm going to try and get it to where I can pay it for the full year up front. But in the meantime, because I want to make sure that we pay off as much as we can, I don't want to put that extra money to the insurance company at the moment. So let's see, the next thing we're going to have is our entertainment. So this is actually our Netflix and our Spotify. So we do $35 for that. We're also going to have our groceries. Now I have increased our grocery budget for the month because we purchased some beef and I want to get that paid off. So we're going to have $600 for regular grocery spending and another $200 for the beef payment. We're also going to have our homeschool because I'm going to have a few things come out right at the beginning of the month that are coming out of that roll forward. So we're going to have $445 for homeschool. Then we're going to have household supplies. I'm going to do $40 for that because we need some more cleaning supplies. We're also going to start trying to give our kids some allowance money. Now this isn't for their everyday responsibility stuff. This is for going above and beyond with helping. So we're going to have $200 for that. Or I'm sorry, not $200. That'd be a lot of money. We're going to have $20 for that. And then the next thing we're going to have is life insurance. I do $55 towards that. Gives me a little wiggle room in the budget. We're going to have medical, which is therapy for my husband. We're going to have mortgage. Oops. For $845. Then we're going to have pets. We spend a lot of money on pets. We have, let's see, we have 4 dogs. We have 3 St. Bernards and a Labradoodle. And then we have 3 indoor cats, and sadly we have gained some outdoor cats as well. My husband started feeding them, and now they think they need to eat here all the time. So we spend a lot of money on pets. We're also going to do $330 for shopping. We've got some birthdays this month. Then we're going to have our telephone. I've decreased how much I'm budgeting for a telephone, so I'm going to do $375 instead of the $395 because that gave me a little wiggle room in other areas. Utilities. This is our internet, electric, gas, and water. So we're going to do 405 for all that. And then at the moment, we're only paying one of our student loans. I'm paying my UHIA, and it is $35. And then we're going to have our auto loans. I'm going to lump them together on here because I want things. So we'll see how that goes. But together, the two auto loans are $695. Okay, so let's go ahead and add up all that. Okay, so I have 5090. For sinking funds, we do have a couple sinking funds that we're trying to establish. Lately, I have been budgeting for $50, but I've been spending that $50. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there though. These are expense fund. This is for oil changes and stuff. I'm not going to put anything in there as of now. We're going to, anything that we don't spend on fuel, I'm hoping to put into the auto expense fund. We'll see how this month goes though. I also have a debt savings where I transfer our under budget amounts into this account. We're going to start off with, oh, nope, we have a beginning starting balance. So let me go ahead and put that in. So I have 305 earmarked out for debt savings. And then the last thing we have, let's see, homeschool auto debt savings. I think that's it for now. So that gives us a total of 355. And that takes care of our sinking funds. Now, we might end up with a roll forward though, so I guess I need to wipe that out. I cannot wait to get my new pins in because I am tired of whiting things out all the time. But that takes care of our expenses. Now, let's go ahead and grab the other planner page. This one is for all of our monthly debts. Now, I'm not going to make you sit here and watch every single one of these, so I will go ahead and fast forward through all this. Okay, so those are all of our debt items, not including the student loan and autos. These are mainly just credit cards, things like that. As you can tell, I did make a few changes this month, or there are a few new things. We have the Chase Amazon. We had ordered some stuff at the end of May, I guess, and it ended up making it into June, but sadly we didn't get it paid down. If nothing else, it actually grew a little bit. So I'm going to have to add that back onto the debt tracker. And then the two cards that are my husband's, these are his cards. It's funny, but it's not funny. I don't know. I guess it's funny. But he has two cards. For the most part, we do everything jointly. It all really goes into one account. We both have authorization on both of those accounts, so I mean, he could access any of the accounts whenever he wants, but he really wanted two things that were just his, and these were from a while back, and we've been making payments on them, but I don't always know when the payments are due or how much they're going to be. I really just kind of take them out of our grocery budget, and in order to really track everything and make sure that we have everything accounted for, to really cut down on our overspending where I'm not budgeting for things because we're just kind of winging it, I went ahead and I put them in here. Now, I'm not going to include these in our debt tracker though because I don't know what the balance is. Like I said, these are his cards. I guess if I go and pull his credit report, I would know what the balance is. But these are his, so if he wants to pay them off or whatever, it's going to end up coming out of his spending money. So yeah, I mean, it really just comes out of whatever we have left over, and we don't have a whole lot left over anyway. So yeah, I figured I'd go ahead and include them in the budget so that I know how much they are, and I account for everything because they are kind of high payments, and because they are kind of high payments, you know, that cuts out out of a lot of our extra spending, and I wanted to make sure that we are trying to budget for every dollar that we know is going to be coming out. So that's kind of where we're at, but let's go ahead and fill everything in. Now I am going to make a note up here that our target snowball amount, let's see, it's going to be $12.10 because I pay $80 on that account anyway. So we're going to try to pay off, or we're going to try to apply $1,210 to the Capital One Chris Visa account. So let's go ahead and start filling all these in. So we do 50 here. I increased the budget on this one to 80 because the payment's a little more than what I thought it was going to be the last couple months. We've got 30, 75, 115. This one we're going to do $12.90 because we're trying to pay it off. We're going to do 90 to this one, 65 here. I increased this one to 50 because this is where a Kindle subscription hits. Citibank I increased to 50 because now that we're starting to get more regular statements after that balance transfer, the payment's about $45 or so. This one we do 80, 85. We do 70 on this one. We do 35 on this one, 25 here. This one is going to be 35 because that's minimum payment. This one we do 60. This one is 25, 25, 50, and then I'm going to do 45 towards this one and 55 towards this one. All right, there's our massive list. So let's go ahead and add them up. All right, so $24.85. That is just crazy to see all that money wasted, but that is where we're at. Okay, so that finishes up the monthly budget spread. So let me zoom out. All right, so that is the complete monthly budget spread. Now let me go ahead and add up these totals. Okay, so that means at the end of the month, when we get ready to start budgeting for next month's expenses, we are actually going to have a roll forward of $1,660, which gives me a total of 2015. So everything ties out, I'm good to go. Now the other thing that I want to do is I want to fill in my beginning bank balance right here, which is $27.92.45. And then we'll see how the month goes. But that takes care of the monthly budget page. So super excited to have that one done. So I'll move that over there. Now the next thing that we're going to have is our paycheck tracker. Alrighty, so this one I am going to do in green, and it is going to be our 7/1/2020 paycheck. So this one is for my husband. due on the 1st. Now let's go ahead and zoom back in. So this is his first paycheck for the month, and we're going to budget $1,800. Now, like I said, we do have the roll forward. So I'm going to put that one on here. Which is $27.90. Okay. So that gives us total income of $45.90. Alrighty. Now for expenses, we are going to budget in that $200 payment on our beef. And we actually had $100 left over for everything, so we're going to do $300 for groceries. The other thing we're going to do is our household supplies. Oops. We're going to do $40 for that. We're going to do kids allowance. We're going to do $10 there. This is where we're going to budget most of our shopping money. Oops, sorry, there goes my phone again. So we're going to do $330 for shopping. And then we're going to have some utilities come out this payday. So we're going to do $305 for that one. Okay. Now the other thing that we have going on is we will have a couple bills that hit this payday, but then we're going to have money that we're saving for next payday. So let's go ahead and fill that in over here. Okay, so the items that we're going to include on this paycheck budget is going to be Wayfair. It's due on the 7th for $115. We're also going to have a Capital One payment, as well as this one's for my husband, and then we're going to have mine. So his is due on the 8th, mine is due on the 10th. Mine, we're just doing the regular 90 towards it. So then on my husband's Capital One account, we are going to budget $385 for our snowball, and then the regular $80 payment. So that should be $465. There we go. Now everything else is going to be debt savings. So I like to put that down here. So I'm just going to say bill savings. And we're going to be saving $430 towards bills next payday. And then one more thing I'm going to add up here is going to be our auto insurance. We're hoping to get this taken care of. So I am going to budget for $390 to go towards that. All right, now let's see, last thing we're going to have on here is our roll forward. For next payday. So let's go ahead and add these up. So we've got 300, 40, 10, 330, 305, and 390. So that's $1,365. So far as our debt goes, we've got 115 plus 465 plus 90, that's 670. And we have so 2125 is going to be a roll forward for later, if I did it all right. Hopefully I did. All right. Yay! It all ties out. So that takes care of the July 1st paycheck budget. So we'll see how everything turns out, but that's where that one's at. And so these ones are just going to be extras for later. We have our weekly check-ins. I do have my sinking funds tracker already filled out. So these are the little balances that are carrying over from last month. And then I have my transaction log so that I can fill in all the little transfers, because it makes me feel good when I am accomplishing something. And then, let's see. Other than that, it's just our expense tracker and our debt payoff tracker. So I think that takes care of everything this payday. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching me fill out my July budget planner setup. I am super excited to get this month going, and we'll see how it turns out. Thank you guys so much. If you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'd really look forward to hanging out with you in the future, and we'll see you until next time. Thank you.